what C.J. Stroud not only did yesterday, but has done all season.
He's in a class of his own, honestly, Sam. This is unprecedented, I think. I know there's been some other quarterbacks that have had similar numbers through the regular season, but then to capitalize on your playoff debut, he played perfect.
Unbelievable.
I mean, what was essentially almost a perfect QBR.
Dan, what have you seen from C.J. Stroud?
He's the best in the pocket mover since Joe Burrow came into the NFL as a rookie.
Wow.
The operational space. We knew he was the best pocket passer. Look at this pocket.
There is no doubt that the Cowboys have a quarterback problem. I mean, something has happened to Dak Prescott. Something has happened. He is lost.
C.J. Stroud has played the best quarterback in the NFL this season. Yes, he's been that good, and I said it. Go argue in a cave with your echo. That's hilarious. Could become first rookie to win MVP since Jim Brown in 1957.
There is a reason why they rate him the 14th best. If they thought Dak could be what you think he is currently, they'd have took him with the 14th. You need to get this thought out your mind that he's a top 5, top 10 quarterback because he's not.
With the Dak MVP talk. It's about the circumstances. It's not about the performance. He's had a great performance. He just hadn't had an MVP performance. Everybody said because he's a rookie, it's the degree of difficulty. The media, and Brett Favre's now part of the media, we love a narrative. A rookie quarterback playing this way, I get it. But when you look at the numbers and you look, if Aaron Rodgers played in Dallas and Dak Prescott played in Green Bay, what would the records be? I just don't see I don't see this as legitimate, the whole Dak for MVP. Incredible. Maybe the best rookie year we've ever seen from a quarterback. But MVP, no doubt.
The quarterbacks that they have rated in front of him, if they had that exact offensive line with Zeke Elliott, they could do exactly what Dak Prescott is doing. But if Dak did not have that cast of characters, he couldn't do what they were doing in their locales.
Tripping. So look, Final Five. I know what I'm doing, dog. Mahomes, Lamar, myself, Dak.
Joey B.
No, he didn't really play last year. And then Hurts.
Dak?
Yeah, bro.
Dak?
Dak, that boy. Y'all not gonna say that because he ain't won the big one.
You said Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, Matthew, but he was
thing.
top 5 last year.
Cowboys thing.
Bro, you gonna put Dak Prescott in there over Joe Burrow?
Yeah, I got
I'm saying off of last year, dog. He ain't play all year. He got hurt.
Well, we can find somebody.
Burrow, one of my favorite players. I'm out of my game after Burrow a little bit. Like,
why you
Burrow
got fuck with that?
Cowboys.
Oh, Eagles and Cowboys, they don't like each other like that? I ain't know all that.
What?
I ain't see. I don't be knowing all that.
Dak tough, bro. Dak is one of the most accurate quarterbacks.
Y'all got to see them.
C.J. Stroud goes through a lot of Dak Prescott stuff before games to get ready.
Throwing with every fiber of your body, so from your big toe.
Yes, is more talented than Dak Prescott. But that's where quarterback is really interesting and unique in our American sports landscape. Is he as mature as Dak? Is he as tough as Dak? Does he have the leadership skills of Dak? Is he as resilient as Dak? Dak is very highly ranked on intangibles. But the two things that matter in this sport at quarterback, where do you land and what was the route like to get you there? Dak landed because he was a 4th-round pick to, at the time, the emerging best offensive line in the league, Tyron Smith left tackle, Zach Martin, and Zeke at running back with a offensive head coach. C.J. Stroud has a first-time offensive coordinator, a defensive head coach, and an offensive line 24th in the league last year.
The last 4 games, 0 touchdowns in the second half. 0,
it is what it is.
Along with five field goals. That's it for the Texans the last 4 games. And I know Bobby Slowick takes the majority of that. But Bobby Slowick designed that play where Tank was wide open. He's the one that called that play. Tank is wide open, and CJ stands there and then throws it and lobs it.
What was he doing?
I mean, holy crap.
This dude went absolutely bananas, was so good that people say, hey, this guy's got to be cheating. Now, he struggles when he comes to Indianapolis, even though he wins. Ladies and gentlemen, CJ Stroud.
Stroud over Joe Burrow for the next 5 years based on injury. Do you agree with that?
I think it can be based on injury. It can also be based on play. When you think about what C.J. Stroud was able to accomplish as a young rookie, basically turning around an organization nobody wanted to play for, they couldn't keep a coach, and now you add Stephon Diggs to that, he's made Houston a destination for big-time free agents. And so if you look at his game, especially as a young player, he most resembles Joe Burrow, the pocket presence, the awareness, the ability to manipulate defenses. And what we can see from him this year is the same thing we saw from Joe Burrow in year 2 when they got Jamar Chase.
C.J. Stroud. Now, we know that he's made news recently because of his greatness on the football field. We haven't seen a rookie quarterback look like this, arguably since the days of Dan Marino in 1983, for crying out loud. C.J. Stroud is legitimately an MVP candidate, not just a rookie of the year. There ain't even a discussion. That's over, okay?
No, I do not. And here's the reason why. It has nothing to do. I don't want to say it has nothing. Dak Prescott was a stud. Dak Prescott was one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL last year. I totally respect that. Could you do me a favor, please? Could you give me more than 1 year? Could you give me more than a rookie year? Can we give this guy an opportunity to take off his diapers and put on his big boy pants, meaning that after you've had a year under your belt, after teams have had an opportunity to watch extensive film on your work, they can't be caught by surprise because they're very, very unfamiliar with you. Can we see what you're doing at that particular moment?
C.J. Stroud is that guy. You've been sacked 18 times this year. Guess what? 8 of them came last week after you lost your left tackle, and ultimately you had a rookie going up against Adrian Claiborne. You basically got sacked 10 times coming in the last week, and you were running the football exponentially. You've got one of the top running attacks in the game of football. C.J. Stroud is looking in Houston along with the weapons that they'll have. I'm expecting them to have available to them. I like Mixon in Houston.
All right.
I like this too, Stephen A., because Singletary, the running back in Houston last year, he goes to the Giants. And so now you have nice depth at that position in Houston. You have Joe Mixon. You have Damian Pierce, 2 guys that can run the ball, not play action. You got those talented receivers out there. I like the Houston Texans and what they've done.
But you're also playing with one of the greatest running backs that we've seen in this generation. I like Joe Mixon.
They hit jackpot with the quarterback. Now is the time to go all in. You brought back the offensive coordinator. You brought back the quarterback coach. What about maybe going and getting a running back? You know, the one area that the Houston Texans struggle was the running game. There are going to be plenty of free agent running backs out there that could help the running game, which would help C.J. Stroud. So if I'm the Texans, I'm pushing my chips in while you have this special quarterback under this rookie deal.
If Zeke ends up being suspended, do you trust Dak to carry the Cowboys?
No. I think last year was the perfect storm. I think he's good. I think he's closer to an Alex Smith than a Kirk Cousins. Better than Kirk, not as good as Alex. Which means you can win a bunch of games. It's like Bucky Brooks always says, you're a tractor or a trailer, you're pulling them or being pulled. He had the perfect storm, a 4th-place schedule, this dynamic young running back nobody knew.
You're back to Dak and Dunk, huh?
Well, there's a lot of truth to it. This year, everything, Dez suddenly doesn't separate. Zeke's not playing. Offensive line issues. 1st-place schedule. Everybody's got film on Dak and a summer to work on him. He is not Wentz. He's not Russell Wilson.
Going to carry. And reach, flip, sets up first and goal at the 1.
He went in the 4th round for a reason. He's not a
Go ahead
super.
and say Dak and Dunk. That was a great nickname last year.
There's a lot of truth to that. He is a little Dak and Dunk.
C.J. Stroud had one of the best rookie seasons of all time. Stroud.
Listen, C.J. Stroud is firmly in the MVP conversation.
Smith, are Dak and Zeke getting the respect they deserve?
Yes, they are. They're getting the respect they deserve. They were mentioned in the conversation, weren't they? Weren't they mentioned as top 5 MVP candidates, weren't they? What's the problem? I mean, be happy with what the hell you got. You just got onto the scene. You're a rookie, your breath smell like Similac, you're wet behind the ears. Be happy.
Has done with this team, particularly this offense, it's been astonishing. Is Stroud officially at the MVP table?
To be honest with you, it's his. He at the MVP table by himself. Straight up. I don't care. You're talking Patty Mahomes, whoever you're trying to put in there. This is the best quarterback playing right now in the National Football League. His team won 3 games last year. It was bad.
Wasn't it 2?
2 games last year?
Yeah, I think
2 or 3 games last year. They 3 have games in 2 5. years? Let me stop. They have 5 right now.
Yeah.
All because
rookie, your breath smell like Similac, you're wet behind the ears. You're acting like people question what we clearly see is a level of greatness from this rookie. Nobody was questioning that. I mean, you're listening. Seeing what I was saying was C.J. Stroud was 4-4, and if you're an average team and you're on the outside looking in, you're a sub 500 team, you ain't gonna get MVP. Ask the question on First Take: what quarterbacks would I take ahead of C.J. Stroud? Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson.
Oh, really?
Maybe Allen, because of what we've seen him do in the postseason in the past. That's it. Can you legitimately say? You can look at any quarterback, anywhere else in the league, and definitively say you would take them over C.J. Stroud. Quarterback and Dak Prescott telling the world, I really got to stop throwing these interceptions. You see, that's what I mean, Kimberly. That's what I mean when I say, be patient. Relax, take your time. It's coming.
The reality is that over the last 9 or 10 games, Tony Romo has really looked that bad. He's really looked that ineffective. He may have made mistakes trying to be a gunslinger, trying to do a bit too much, overcompensate. But when you look at Dak, Dak is not doing that. Tony Romo was a gunslinger. Dak Prescott is not that guy.